trust is not the issue today, Spartan Locke. It is my trust you must earn.
Arbiter?
You are a hunter, yes. A seeker of things.
That's not the official job title, but it's close enough.
And now you hunt other Spartans.
I'm not so much hunting a Spartan as I'm hunting the Spartan.
You seek.
117.
I was not told the identity of your prey.
That is why I'm sharing it with you now. We're talking about trust after all. May I ask you something? Your people used to call him Demon. Was that an insult or a compliment?
An insult, to be sure, but one with a modicum of respect. He was indeed my enemy, but in time, I named him ally, even friend.
Granted, this is only the anniversary edition of Halo 2, but what the hell is this cutscene even doing here? It has nothing to do with Halo 2 unless you're counting the presence of the Arbiter, and it barely has anything to do with Halo 5. If anything, it contains a major plot spoiler for someone playing Halo 2 for the first time. The fact that the Master Chief and the Arbiter eventually become an alliance. That's a dick move, 343.
There was only one chip.
One? Are you sure?
Yes, they called it the Pillar of Autumn.
As I mentioned in the first video, this is not meant to be a knockoff of Cinemasins or Gamingsins, which is why there's no sin counter. In fact, for quite a while now, I've wanted to make a series of videos pointing out the general plot holes and just taking jabs at my favorite video game franchise. Having said that, welcome to the first major gripe I have with Halo 2. All of the aliens in this universe can now speak English. And yes, that's including the Flood. Congratulations, fellow Halo fans, our favorite mildly believable sci-fi franchise has been fully transformed into a full-blown space opera. What the hell?
Well, I guess it was all obsolete anyway. Your new suit's a Mark 6, just came up from Songnam this morning. Try and take it easy until you get used to the upgrades. Okay, let's test your targeting first thing. Please look at the top light. Good. Now look at the bottom light, alright? Look at the top light again. That's it. Now the bottom one. Okay.
We now interrupt this Halo game to bring you the Spartan sobriety test.
So, Johnson, when you gonna tell me how you made it back home in one piece?
Sorry, Guns. It's classified.
Huh, my ass! Well, you can forget about those adjustments to your A2 suit.
Well, he's in a particularly fine mood.
You know, as badly as I want to point out that the Mastery Gunnery Sergeant is being a complete dick to these two heroes, at the same time, part of me can't blame him. I want to know the answer too. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but in the last game, Cortana said that she and the Master Chief were the only survivors. And don't tell me to read the goddamn books either. Halo is first and foremost a video game franchise. Therefore, all important information should be kept in-game, not external lore like books and movies. And if you want to debate me on that, fine. You can meet me in the comment section to feel my tyrannical wrath.
We've got orders from the Fort Pelican area.
Behold, the Covenant clown car has no limits to its population.
The carriers are breaking through, sir. They're heading straight for the Cairo. Cortana, concentrate your fire on the first carrier. Admiral, do what you can against the second. Everyone, form up. Follow my lead.
Whoa, okay, you can calm down now. I'll validate your parking.
Just so you know, there are quite a few elites guarding the bomb. You may need to get creative.
The Covenant's plan here makes absolutely no sense. They're sending hundreds of their own troops to their deaths by delivering a bomb that will blow up the MAC station, rather than just having a bunch of ships gang up on the MAC stations individually to glass them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were talking about an advanced alien species here. And even so, how did they get the bomb on board? I've seen the size of their boarding craft, and they're way too small to carry that thing.
How much time was left?
You don't want to know. Cairo, this is an Emberclad. The carrier shield is down. I'm in position and ready for immediate assault.
Negative, Commander. Not against a ship that size. Not on your own.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
I know what you're thinking, and it's crazy.
So, stay here.
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy.
You know what's even crazier, Cortana? The fact that you know what he's about to do, but you still haven't told him how much time is left on the bomb. There could be less than 1/10 of a second left, and all the Master Chief would have to do is push the button and boom, bye-bye 117. This is definitely an incredible sequence, but I have to ask, why does it only take 2 longsword fighters to bust the hull of a supposed shielded alien ship that size? And on the Covenant end, why are they keeping the ship's reactor that close to the ship's outer hull? Once again, the aliens are bad at aliening.
It blew right through us. 50 cal, rockets, didn't do a thing.
You know what I'd like to know? How the Covenant were able to transport the Scarab to the surface of the Earth to begin with. I mean, what did they use? Was it a gravity lift? Because if the last game was any indication, their gravity lift could barely hold a Wraith, let alone a mechanized Covenant kaiju.
That's right, you mothers! Run!
Not if we can help it, Sergeant. Extract the Chief and return to an Amberclad.
Roger that. Status.
Sir, the Prophet is bugging out. Request permission to engage.
Negative, Commander. All Vector 2 heavies for Starside intercept.
Bam! Slip space rupture up the target's bow. It's going to jump inside the city.
There's no time, sir.
Green light. Green light to engage.
Punch it. Get us close.
Ma'am, without a destination solution...
We are not losing that ship.
Yikes, what happened here? Why did the collapse of the slipspace portal result in a nuclear-esque explosion? In future titles, we've seen enemy ships utilize slipspace within the atmosphere, and they never do this. Why is this one different?
We're on easy street, and it feels so sweet, 'cause the world is but a treat, and you're on easy street.
When we joined the Covenant, we took an oath. According to our station.
Why is this task force being sent again? If the entire Covenant fleet is literally this close to the station, why not just send in a few Covenant cruisers to glass it? And even then, they're warned about an approaching storm that could take the lab anyway. This seems like a complete and total waste of resources. What the Heretic Leader does here makes zero sense. He's completely safe and could easily use this opportunity to explain to the Arbiter why he became a heretic to begin with and how the Covenant religion is completely false. Instead, he takes this opportunity just to simply taunt the Arbiter. And while we don't find this out until later, these holograms have the power to kill. Yet the Heretic Leader doesn't even bother to use this feature at all.
Stand firm. The flood.
After everything that happened on the Halo installation, somehow the Covenant manages to release the Flood again. Really? This slow-ass elevator is by far the most impractical thing the Forerunners have ever built.
Want tasty grud? Fuck yeah!
This will save me from the storm, but you will be consumed.
But how will it save you? If the storm is capable of destroying the entire station, where does that leave you? Trapped in a tiny little box and left to starve to death? Is that really any better?
Turn, heretic.
Arbiter, I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter.
Who has taught you these lies? The Oracle.
Hello, I am 343 Guilty Spark. I am the monitor of Installation 04.
Ask the Oracle about Halo. How they would sacrifice us all for nothing.
More questions? Splendid. I would be happy to assist you.
What the actual fuck, Heretic Leader? You literally just told the Oracle to explain to the Arbiter what the deal was, yet you didn't give the Arbiter a chance to listen. Instead, you started maniacally shooting at him. You could have gained a very important ally, and the Arbiter does have a reason to leave the Covenant given what they think of him right now. The Heretic Leader is a fucking idiot. And I'm not done with you yet, Heretic Leader. You possess the technology to create holograms that do just as much damage as the real thing, yet you never deploy this as a standard tactic. You could have killed the Arbiter long ago. In fact, you probably could have taken over the Covenant with that technology. The Heretic Leader officially wins the Darwin of the Year award.
Unfortunate. His edification was most enjoyable.
I had no choice, Holy Oracle. This heretic imperiled the great journey.
Oracle, great journey. Why do you meddlers insist on using such inaccurate verbiage?
Oh, so now Tartarus decides to show up.
Both engine cores have spun to zero. We're drifting.
Archer pods are cold. I'll need to rekey the system.
Do it and find out where we are. Sorry for the quick jump, Sergeant. You in one piece?
I'm good. Chief?
We're fine.
Ma'am, there's an object. Coming into view now.
Cortana, what exactly am I looking at?
That is another Halo.
Say what?
So this is what my father found.
Let me see if I have this story straight so far. The Covenant arrive on Earth not realizing that it's humanity's homeworld. Once they start losing the battle, they make a desperate slipspace jump and accidentally come across the second Halo ring in recent history. Bear in mind, there are only 7 rings galaxy-wide, and technically there are only 6 left because one has now been destroyed. The Prophet of Regret seriously has one lucky magic rabbit's foot. Remember all the cool metallic Forerunner structures we came across on the original Halo ring? Yes, well apparently on this ring they're all made of stone and falling apart. Forerunners, you lose points for architectural consistency.
Roger them. Armor's on the way.
Yes, the tank is much appreciated, but you know what would be even better? If you would simply fly us to our final destination, which can clearly be seen from where we are right now. Fuck you.
I've intercepted a secure transmission from Regret's carrier to something called High Charity. It seems to be a formal apology to the prophets of truth and mercy. Apparently, Regret jumped the gun when he attacked Earth. He's asking the other prophets to forgive his premature arrival, arguing that no human presence was foretold. That explains why there were so few ships in his fleet. But it's odd a prophet would have such bad intel about his enemy's homeworld.
I know, because you said nearly the exact same thing during the second mission. Did you forget already, Cortana? Is rampancy already starting to set in? You know what I find funny? Here in the 21st century, as humans, we send probes and even robots to other worlds before we even consider going there. While here, the supposed advanced alien species says, fuck it, we're going in, balls out, hoorah! Leroy Jenkins. Well, at least they got chicken.
This is my last run, Chief. I'm nearly out of fuel. We secured the first tower cluster, so I'll set down there. Call when you're ready for evac.
Once again, the Pelican's pilot tells Master Chief to fuck off rather than giving him a simple, easy ride straight across the water to the final destination. Come on, it's literally right there.
There are honor guards all over this place. Watch your back. There's the target. Take him out.
The Prophet of Regret has an endless supply of Honored Guard henchmen to protect him and even has the ability to teleport at will. Yet it never seems to occur to him to simply teleport to the top of the room where the Master Chief can't reach him, or even teleport outside for that matter. Either Regret didn't read the instructions to his magical chair, or I'm beginning to see where the Heretic Leader got all of his fantastic ideas. As best I can tell, the Sentinel Wall is still up and running, which is keeping the Flood quarantined. So if that's the case, how is the Gravemind able to breach the wall's borders and capture the Master Chief?
In the center of this zone is a sacred icon critical to the great journey. I must find it.
We shall cut into the heart of this infestation, retrieve the icon, and burn any flood that stand in our way. The parasite is not to be trifled with. I hope you know what you're doing.
Okay, so which is it then? Are we cutting through the heart of the infestation, or are we leaving well enough alone? Make up your damn mind, Shipmaster. Okay, we have a lot to unpack here. So apparently the Flood Sentinel War has been going on for over 100,000 years from when the Flood was first released on this ring. My first question here is, how? How are the Flood able to thrive so well in an environment with no creatures with sufficient biomass in order to take over? As far as I know, this is the first time either humans or Covenant have set foot on this ring. Which begs the next question. How are there already so many Flood and human combat forms running around? We literally just set foot inside this place. Where did they get the bodies to infect? And finally, since there were no creatures of sufficient biomass to infect prior to the humans and the Covenant landing on this ring, how did the Gravemind manage to form to begin with? What was used to form it? With no creatures of sufficient biomass being on the ring up until recently, in theory the Gravemind shouldn't have any biomass available to him to form at all. Someone has some splaining to do.
More humans. They must be after the icon.
I'm curious as to how the humans got ahead of us to begin with. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Arbiter was the one who brought down the Sentinel Wall, right?
You know, your father never asked me for help either.
The index is secure.
You know, seeing how easy it is for Miranda to retrieve the index here reminds me of all the hell that Master Chief went through on Installation 04, and how having to go through all 10 of those portals was basically stupid and pointless.
We got trouble. How you doing?
Sergeant, stay down! Johnson, you all right? Johnson!
Excellent work, Arbiter. The Hierarchs will be pleased. The Icon is my responsibility. Was your responsibility. Now it is mine. A bloody fate awaits you and the rest of your incompetent race.
This part has always bothered me. The Covenant is this close to achieving ascension to the Divine Beyond, yet they choose now to declare war on arguably the most honorable and intelligent species within the Covenant, as well as taking the risk of igniting a civil war. Honestly, with this kind of leadership, I'm surprised the Covenant has lasted this long.
We are, all of us, gravely concerned. The release of the parasite was unexpected, unfortunate, but there is no need to panic. In truth, this is a time to rejoice. A moment that all the Covenant should savor. For the sacred icon has been found. With it, our path is clear, our entry into the Divine Beyond guaranteed. The great journey is nigh, and nothing, not even the Flood, can stop it. Kill the demon!
Brutes! The faster you can kill those brutes, the better.
Oh really, you think?
Creatures of the Covenant. Path is broad and we shall walk side by side.
Slip space rupture. It's in Amber Flash.
Be glad.
Now I'm curious to know how the In-Amber Cloud was so easily overtaken and ultimately captured by the Flood. I mean, last time I checked, it was still hovering in the air. Does the UNSC leave their docking bays open for just anyone?
Split them up, one in each phantom.
The hopes of all the Covenant rest on your shoulders, Chieftain.
My faith is strong. I will not fail.
Let him be. The great journey waits for no one, brother.
Why is he allowing this to happen? I mean, I can understand the Prophet of Regret, he was a reckless idiot, but Mercy seems to be in sync with Truth. There's no rivalry there. Mercy seems to stick by Truth no matter what kind of crazy schemes he comes up with. And what if the Flood hadn't shown up? Was Truth planning to kill him anyway? Ah, so many questions. Why exactly did the Grunts and ultimately the Hunters join the Elites? Do they have some sort of loyalty or allegiance to the Elites we don't know about? Or do they just hate the rest of the Covenant species that much? Grunts are apparently food nipple-loving racists.
to finish what we started. And this time, none of you will be left behind.
That structure in the center of the city, it's a Forerunner ship. And Truth is heading straight for it. If he leads the Covenant fleet to Earth, they won't stand a chance. You have to stop him.
That brute has the Index. And Miranda and Johnson. He can activate the ring.
If he does, I'll detonate in Emberclad's reactor just like we did the Autumns. The blast will destroy this city and the ring. Not a very original plan, but we know it'll work.
No, you cannot. Because if you remember correctly, when you had to overload the Autumn's reactors, not only did you have to be on board the ship with an onboard console, but you also needed Captain Key's neural implants. So even though this is a different type of ship, why would the security protocols be any different? And even if you could do this, you don't. The Halo ring comes within seconds of firing, and yet you do nothing, except have tea time with the Gravemind. I'm calling it now. Your plan is seriously flawed, Cortana.
You don't like me, and I sure as hell don't like you.
Ah yes, the wedding vows of the future. Also, at this point of the game, I really want to know how the Covenant learned to speak English so quickly and so perfectly.
Come, human. It is easy. Take the icon in your hands and do as you are told.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but Tartarus and his brutes managed to breach the control room at the end of the last Arbiter mission. What exactly has he been doing here this entire time? Chatting up Miranda Keyes? Come on, damn it, you have a mission to fulfill.
Due to you.
Tartarus, stop.
Impossible.
Put down the icon.
Put it down and disobey the Hierarchs?
There are things about Halo even the Hierarchs do not understand.
Take care, Arbiter. What you say is heresy.
Is it? Oracle, what is Halo's purpose?
Collectively, the seven...
Not another word!
Please. Don't shake the light bulb. If you want to keep your brain inside your head, I tell those boys to chill. Go ahead. Do your thing.
The sacred rings, what are they?
Weapons of last resort, built by the Forerunners to eliminate potential flood hosts, thereby rendering the parasite harmless.
And those who made the rings? What happened to the Forerunners?
After exhausting every other strategic option, my creators activated the rings. They and all additional sentient life in 3 radii of the galactic center died as planned. Would you like to see the relevant data?
Tartarus, the prophets have betrayed us.
No, Arbiter! The great journey has begun, and the brutes, not the elite, shall be the prophet's escort.
And Tartarus's magical shield of invincibility came from where now? Hold on just a second. The index was placed inside the console on the ledge, right? So how did it get in the center of the machine? I mean, the index is still a physical device, right? Was it teleported there? Was it copied? Ah, there's so much about Forerunner technology I don't understand.
What's that?
A beacon.
What's it doing?
Communicating at superluminal speeds with the frequency of...
Communicating with what?
The other installations.
Show me.
Fail-safe protocol. In the event of unexpected shutdown, the entire system will move to standby status. All remaining platforms are now ready for remote activation.
This is single-handedly the worst failsafe ever created in the history of life in the galaxy, period. Someone just barely stops the annihilation of everything in the galaxy, so what the hell, let's make it easier to annihilate everything in the galaxy. I take it back, Forerunners, you win the Darwin of the Year award. And that concludes everything that is wrong with Halo 2, so what is wrong with Halo 2 in your eyes? What's the biggest flaw that you found in the game? You can let me know in the comments below, or you can hit me up on Twitter, @MythicTyrant. Also, a link to my Twitter feed can be found in the description below. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, click that subscribe button for more great content every single day right here on MythicTyrant.com. Thanks so much for watching, guys and gals. I'll catch you right back here next time. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.